Hey guys, it's Sunday afternoon. Last video I had was last weekend was also a Sunday. We were getting ready for our storms here in Texas. We managed to dodge Laura. It didn't even rain here, not one drop here in Houston, Texas. So we got lucky. Pretty breezy now. There's scattered thunderstorms everywhere. But getting ready for work. I think it's about 6:30. Already gave the dogs a bath, and I need to move the cars for tomorrow. So my QX80, I don't use it for work. I have a company provided car that gets beat up. I put in about 40,000 miles a year on that thing. It's a Chevy Malibu. This is my personal vehicle. This is the limited version. I did a video on this thing when I first got it back in 2015. I only put about maybe 8,000 miles on this thing a year. It's got really nice leather. This thing's fully loaded. You know, captain's chairs, and then there's a third row that folds flat. Really nice suede interior. Real wood. The 2019s are, or the newer versions, the 2020s, are a lot better than the old ones because they have an updated leather. I think it's white. I installed cameras on this thing, front and back. They're both separate. This thing's got a very outdated navigation system, but I'll tell you what, you don't really need a nav system with cars. You just clip your cell phone on this thing, and you can watch YouTube videos while you drive, you know, your 7-10 hour drives. Just put on your Android phone there. I have a mirror box for this thing, so I can stream Netflix or YouTube with the two screens behind. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. This thing's got two screens. This one, and there's another one on the other side. You know, and it'll play on here too if you're parked. But yeah, use that instead. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is overrated anyway. I have it on my Malibu. I never use that shit. I just use my cell phone and clip it on the vent, or you do the magnetic what do you call that, magnetic mount. Pretty nice car. I bought this one pre-owned back in 2017, so I've had this for 3 years. It's around $45,000 to $50,000 or $55,000 depending on the mileage. Back when I bought it, I got a good deal on this thing. I bought it on online and traded my 2008 Toyota Sienna Limited. That was a really nice van, and fully loaded, no, near fully loaded Titan XD Pro 4X diesel. I traded it, both of those vehicles, because I don't really need it. You know, I got a company provided vehicle, and I don't really need those vehicles anymore. So I just needed one that'll haul the family and can travel in long distance. This is very comfortable to drive. It's got the automatic cruise control, where it slows down, where the traffic in front of you slows down. You know, it brakes automatically. You know, if the car thinks that you're about to crash, it'll apply full brakes for you. Also steers itself, sorta steers itself. You know, it'll help you steer if you're veering off a lane, but it's not the Tesla autopilot. So I need to move this vehicle out of the way. I'm gonna switch the Lexus and this thing's places so I can get ready for next week, getting ready for work. So it's at the end of the month. I do accounting, auditing, so it's gonna be a busy Monday for me. That's the last day of the month, but I think I got my numbers all right. It shouldn't be too bad. To be honest with you, I don't give a shit. you know, people are stupid. I'm not gonna help them out if they want to screw up their numbers. That's on them. All right, here's the second row. This thing is nice. It folds like that. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is removable. It's got a bunch of storage in there. This is where I keep all the headsets for the TV. You don't need to use the TV because you can play the sound off of the stereo. So who the fuck is that guy? He's got Louisiana plates. Must be an evacuee. They evacuated here in Houston. There's a history between Louisiana evacuees and Houston. Way back from Katrina. That's another topic though. Alright, let's get to the Lexus. There was a commenter back then when I made my video about it. It was the response to Dog Maduro's review. He's saying this is way better quality than the QX80, which in some ways it is. He's saying, hey man, you can just tell by how the doors close. Man, that's bullshit. You know, it closes the same way. I mean, it feels heavy, but when you close it, it sounds the same. Now, my car over there, it's not the newest model, but it's the same fucking thing. This thing is a little bit smaller than the QX80. God damn, it's hot as fuck. Let me start this car. All right. Fancy Lexus Inform LCD. It's I think 12 inches widescreen, but it's got this control over here, which is not ideal. It's not touchscreen, so you have to control everything here. This is the only downside of this vehicle for me anyway. I don't like that feature. It's got these fancy ride height controls. You know, fancy drive mode, sport plus. Just leave it on comfort mode or normal mode. It's the other ones, they're just too stiff to drive. It's got crawl control mode, all the fancy stuff. This is really interesting. It locks the wheel, and then you can turn tighter when you're off-road. Diff lock, which is nice. I have no idea what this thing is. Oh, pre-collision system alert. I have no idea how this thing works. We've had this for about a year now, well, almost a year, and we still don't know how to use all the features. There's so much of them, so many features, and we don't have time to read the manual. So, red seats. It's got a third row. Pretty nice car. This is quieter compared to the QX80. Well, a little bit quieter. And you gotta think my QX80 is the older version. The newer version, I think they're about the same. This one is a little smaller too compared to the QX80. But to be honest with you, they're about the same. You can get better deals on the Infiniti. Lexus rarely has these things on sale. We bought this actually last year when the sales are down. Lexus had a lease deal for these things, starting at $750 a month. But you know, they require you to make a huge ass down payment for that. The payments for this thing is about $1,400 or close to $1,500 a month. You know, it's this car is about over 120 grand. So it's not a cheap car, but for some people that's worth it. I'm gonna keep this thing for a long time. One of the favorite things I like about this, it's got the automatic parking brake. You know, small things make me happy. Very convenient. go back to the QX80. They're both pretty easy to drive. In my opinion, this QX80 is a little bit easier to drive. What I mean by that, it drives like it's lighter. Hard to explain. It drives, you know, controls, the steering wheels is lighter. Acceleration is faster. Just driving dynamics is better than the Lexus. This one's got hydraulic, mechanical, and air suspension. All three of them. Alright, straighten her up. Pretty easy to drive. I'm using one hand, the other hand's in the GoPro. Just gotta look at your mirrors, really. Both cars are easy to drive, no issues. It fits in most parking garages. The only thing you gotta really watch out for with these two cars are the other people parking too close to you and dinging your car. And that's one of the reasons why I chose a white car. I'm tired of having a black car just getting dinged, and the dings are way too obvious compared to a white car. Foot brake. I wish that was automatic. Alright, so that's a QX80. I like the open pore wood. That's why I bought the limited. Otherwise, they're all pretty much the same. You can get a Nissan Armada. It's the same shit. I think this one's just got some features that sets it apart. I'm not really sure what those features are. So, all right, let's go get the Lexus. I need to wash that car. Actually, both cars need to be washed. Actually, my company car needs to be washed too. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. Right now it feels like it's about 80 degrees. I didn't ride any motorcycles or scooters this weekend. It's just way too fucking hot. 114 degrees heat index. Hell no, that's not fun. So one more month before it cools down in Texas. All right. Back in the Lexus. All right. Lexus, easy to drive. Yeah, if you guys are in the market for one of these things, I would say if you don't need the extra room of the QX80, go with the Lexus. The downside is they're a lot more expensive. QX80 you can get really good deals on because they use them for rental fleets. Well, let me take that back. They used to use them for rental fleets. Now they're using Nissan Armadas. So you may not be able to get a good deal on it used. But if you can get the limited version, it's really nice. Other than that, if you don't need the extra room of the QX80 and the towing capacity of the QX80, go with the Lexus. A little bit smaller, but I think it's better fit and finish. Quality is also better. This thing has no rattles yet so far. Although I think the suspension on the QX80 is better. Driving dynamics, QX80, you know, storage room, towing capacity, QX80, but fit and finish, quality, definitely go with the Lexus. Not even close. Anyways, let's go back. Let's go back. There you go, really nice. Damn sandals are squeaking, making farting noises. There's the X-Max, Fury, Bergman. I was detailing the Bergman this morning, but it kept raining, so I gave up. It's, you know, I cleaned it up this morning, then it rained, and I'm like, fuck it. Ain't got time for that shit. The dogs want to go out. Anyway, really thankful that we didn't get hit by the hurricanes. Got lucky. Got really lucky. It turned the last minute to the east and just decimated the Lake Charles area. The good thing is the 2 casinos in that area, which I frequent, you know, Golden Nugget and La Berge, they survived. So those 2 casinos are still intact. They're damaged, but you know, they can afford the repair bills. Feel sorry for the people living there. But this dirty pool. Anyways, guys, have a good one.